Good evening. Now, I want you to imagine a world where anime was hated on. Like, you walk outside and mention anime, somebody slap you. Matter of fact, they gonna slap your mama because you mentioned anime. That's a little extreme. I'm tripping. And I know that sounds like it would be a terrible place. But what if I told you the world was once like that, bro? Because back in my day, man, anime used to be hated on. Which led me to this profound question of when did anime become cool? Now, I promise y'all, I'm not hating or anything, but I vividly remember a time where anime was seen as weird. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned this at the lunch table, you low-key get flamed though. And younger me used to hate this, bro. I was an anime geek on the low and had to keep it on the low. You feel me? Actually, there were some people in my school who messed with anime. Shout out my boy Christian. We used to talk about Dragon Ball Z all the time, but that was the max. It was like some secret society even saying that word. Because me pondering all this really made me think about why was it hated on? Was there any real reasons or actual valid reason to hate on anime at the time? I feel like it was just misunderstood, you know what I'm saying? He's just misunderstood. Okay, I'm tweaking. So I decided to do some research and look into this, and I wanted to find preferably an ex-anime fan, or an ex-anime hater, I should say. And my arm's getting tired holding this up, so I'm gonna hurry this up. So yeah, I went to the only place where I knew I could find the answer to any question, especially something very niche as this. And I'm talking about the forbidden Reddit. And yeah, I think I found somebody who could give us some input to answer this question. Bro, my arm is so tired after doing that. Now, as I got to Reddit, I came across a guy by the name of Arthur, and he gave us some insight to what he used to think about anime before he was a fan, let's just say. Now, to sum things up, because we don't like reading over here, my boy was saying how he didn't think it was necessarily trash, but he was kind of more so thinking it was porn. Yeah, he kind of thought anime was just and stuff, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't too far-fetched to what's pushed to the public eye with anime. I mean, if I never watched Dragon Ball Z, I would probably think the same thing. So I guess it's time we talk about it. Not specifically, I think I gotta blur that. But the more fan service aspect, we finna get into it. Now, if you don't know what fan service is, it's kind of what it sounds like. It's service for the fans. And in our sense, it really just means catering to the audience. And oftentimes catering to the audience in anime culture, it means showing some physical features, usually on women characters. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. And I really can't believe I'm finna talk about fan service, but hey, it's for the sake of the video. So I do have a message for my mom before we continue. Hey mom, if you're watching this video, I watch no anime where fan service is involved in any way, shape, or form. Actually, I only watch anime where they fight and throw hands and push the agenda of washing dishes specifically. Fun fact, actually, the most anime I watch is about washing dishes because I love to do that. So if you're still watching this video and expecting me to talk about fan service, why would I do that? You can just click on the video. I would never do such a thing. This is weird. This is some weird stuff. Cash at me $20 when you get a chance, mama. I love you. You know what it is. It's all love around here though. Now listen, y'all, I'm not really a fan of the whole fan service aspect, but yeah, unfortunately it is part of the culture and oftentimes infiltrates anime where you wouldn't even think it would. I swear, one scene they could be fighting or whatever, next scene a shorty naked on the screen, or half naked, you know what I mean? This is bad. But I believe this is what Arthur was saying he thought anime was, and I can't even blame him like I was telling y'all earlier, because a lot of times, say you even search anime in the freaking Safari or Google, it's gonna be some crazy stuff popping up, half naked anime girls and cat stuff. Like, who trying to see that? But that is not anime. I will tell y'all that 9 times out of 10, most shonen shows and most popular shows, such as One Piece, they don't just spam fan service or weird freaky moments like Oni-chan. Yo, what am I doing, bro? I'm in the bathroom doing this. I'm tweaking right now. But I kid you not, every time my parents or somebody's in the vicinity of me watching anime, why some freaky mess happen? I think this is a universal thing. I don't know how this works. I could be watching, let's just say Dragon Ball Z. That don't really have much fan service. They be scrapping hard. All of a sudden, my mom walk in. Why is Goku stripped naked? Why is every character on the screen naked? What's going on here? You feel me? It's stuff like that, bro. I don't know if there's some type of anime domain expansion that happens. That's just some traumatic stuff. I think everybody's dealt with this who watches anime. Quick story time, because I'm just here talking to y'all. This is like a venting session. I remember one time I was watching Hunter x Hunter. I remember the episode in a fight. It was folks from the Phantom Troop fighting the fire dude from the Phantom Troop. Bro, why did the villain start stripping and just cheeks all out? Bro, I'm like, my brother walked in was like, hey bro, you should probably be careful what you watching, because we had a babysitter when so-and-so around. I forgot her name. Dude, I was like, gang, let me scroll back. I'm just watching Hunter x Hunter. I promise. I'm not on that freak vibe timing, gang. Like, but this is what I mean with anime. It's for no reason. But I don't know what it is with the anime culture. And it's just something you gotta deal with. You know what I mean? And I could understand why he thought anime was weird, based off this whole side of things. Yo, I'm over here defending anime. I'm over here defending him. I'm tweaking. Watch anime like One Piece, where they don't do that much. The characters are overly drawn, if you know what I'm saying. They overly drawn a lot of times in One Piece, but it's a great show. They don't really be doing too much. All right, I'll see y'all in the other room. Now, on the bright side of things, luckily Arthur found out that anime wasn't just a whole bunch of freakiness, and he even decided to get into it himself years later from the Reddit post I was reading of Arthur. Now, as I was continuing to scroll Reddit for some more reasons to why people didn't mess with anime or why it was hated on, I came across an intellectual by the name of Swipe Man. And to sum things up, like I said, because we don't like reading, Swipe Man was saying he wasn't messing with it because it was more the people representing anime. What he saw anime fans were like, I should say. And he mentioned something about racist Asian nerd stereotypes. But yeah, I don't really know what he's talking about with that. But yeah, I keyed in on more of him saying the anime running, and which I can definitely talk about more stuff related to that. Because some anime fans used to be tweaking. Now, back in my day when I was in middle school, like 2016, I know it sounds crazy now. I'm old, I just turned 20. There wasn't too much anime representation, especially with the kids in school. Because I guess maybe it was people was keeping on the low key, or just anime wasn't that lit back then. But it's not like it was now, that's all I'm saying. And what I'm also saying is some of the anime fans were pretty weird. Some kids used to Naruto run around the school in PE class, Naruto running, maybe even yelling anime moves, fighting each other and stuff, but it was not it, man. The reason I'm kind of sounding judgy right now is because I might have been one of them kids. Now, now not really one of them, but I was like cool because I played sports. You play sports in middle school, you're just cool for some reason. I still don't know how to work. But yeah, I wasn't all the way tweaker. I knew when to activate my anime nerdness, but I could see where people might think it was weird and throw them off. I could definitely see how I led people astray. What the freak? Dude, this is bad. I kept it chill for the most part, bro. I wasn't out here yelling Kamehameha at people. I was doing other moves. Quick story time before we really dive into this. Like before we went to school, we used to line up in the parking lot and stuff like that. And this was like after I watched Hunter x Hunter. I used to charge up the Jajankin move that Gon would do and be like, but they would love it, bro. People was hyping me up. They was like, yo, because I told you, I'm just been a cool guy. So, as you can see, now that I'm thinking about it though, I was only doing that because RDC World did it in a video. When people take anime too far, this is all RDC World's fault. But yeah, back to what I was saying though. Sometimes the way people could act in regards to all this, like throwing the anime hand sign, it was kind of strange, man. I could definitely see how it would scare people to not want to mess with anime as a whole. But I think the issue was people used to categorize all anime fans or just anime in general in that group. I'm talking about the haters and stuff like that. Because a lot of people who were watching anime weren't doing all that weird stuff like I was. They were just chill lads that enjoyed shows about power, friendship, and fighting, you know what I mean? Some just took it to the extreme and brought this stuff to the IRL when they could have kept it to themselves. I really wasn't that bad, y'all. I'm making it sound like I was that bad. You can ask my homies. Maybe I should call up one of them. But thinking about it now, it's like I can't even judge kids for acting like that in school and everything. They were probably having more fun than the rest of us. Just living out their imaginations, thinking they was Naruto or something like that, bro. But yeah, the sex symbol you see today in front of you is still an anime nerd and still kind of cringe when it comes to all that. But I'm a little more aesthetic now, more aura. I just use more aura to talk about myself. There's no way. I just lost all my aura for that. Now, one thing I can think of for myself is to why people didn't watch anime or was just joning on people who did was probably because they just didn't understand what it was. They thought it was a random Japanese stuff, or people used to just say Chinese stuff. Like, no, it's Japanese. My fault. I'm getting back in that mode. But yeah, they were just unsure. I realized that people are afraid of the unknown, and I'm one of those people. Like, certain shows I won't just watch because people tell me. And thinking about a whole category, a whole genre of show, anime, that's kind of hard to grasp if you're not familiar with anything like that. I think with me, like I was telling y'all earlier, I got aware and exposed to it with Dragon Ball Z early on, so it won't much of a big deal to discover new anime, you feel me? And I think that's what it takes sometimes. Somebody who can maybe introduce you to a certain show that you trust and be like, oh yeah, okay, I can maybe try this out or rock with it. Now, related to the whole main aspect of this video, of the fact that anime is just kind of popping now, bro, I really believe this happened because of COVID, man. There was really that shift that just happened. I swear, after COVID, everybody, I keep swearing, I'm telling you, after COVID, I think everybody became an anime fan, or every other person I knew talked to. And I'm like, bro, where was y'all on the train? What happened? But I also say COVID and TikTok was working together like Ron and Kobe. What the freak did I'm gonna say Brian and D Wade. You can tell I'm kind of tired. Kid you not, when somebody sees something on TikTok, they're just more susceptible to click on it and discover it or look into it. You know what I mean? I was just telling all my homies about anime. Ain't nobody want to check it out. But when they see an edit on TikTok, ooh, I gotta check, I gotta see this show. Man, I've been telling you to watch Hunter x Hunter. What is you talking about? But it is what it is, man. And especially the fact that COVID, we didn't know how long we was finna be locked up and in the crib. Oh my goodness, that was scary. No wonder people was checking out anime. No wonder anime is trending as it is now. But that's the thing nowadays. People pick stuff up, it becomes a trend. People try it out. And like I said, I'm not mad at it. I'm glad people are discovering it because it means more bread in my pockets from the vids back in the day. I'm trolling. But no, it means more people discovering it. And there's always gonna be that group of people who give it a bad rep when anything in life, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta look past that, enjoy it for what it is. It's just anime, bro. So in all that, I feel like, why was it getting hated on? What was the question in this video that I started with? What do we conclude, right? That people just didn't understand it. They had a bad representation. They were just not open to finding new things. The whole fan service, I thought of it, the weird anime cat girls and stuff. Like, yeah, I still stay away from that. Stay away from that, bro. I don't care what y'all do. Stay away from that. I don't know how long this video is, nor do I care. I hope y'all comment and follow me on Instagram. We gonna make some more videos, not related to anime, but other stuff. Through Crew, 5L. God bless y'all. Keep watching anime. It's cool now, apparently. Oh, I almost just kicked my freaking thing off.